Morning. It's 3:45, I think. So I've been up for 45 minutes. I actually got some sleep last night. How much? I don't know. 4 hours maybe, I think. I fell asleep by 11. I think I was in bed for 4.5 hours. Although I did wake up about 3 times in that short period. So I am having a at-home coffee to help get me through. And yeah, I'm driving to the airport to catch a plane that leaves at 6:30 something. So I'm actually running a little bit late to get there 2 hours ahead of time as they recommend. But I'm hitting no traffic, and it's the middle of the night / early morning, so I'm hoping that things will go smoothly. And one thing I did forget, there's things I wanted to do that I wasn't able to do, like get a haircut, for example, give myself a haircut. I just ran out of time. Whatever, no big deal. But I also think I forgot the charging cable for my phone. Now I have a cable in my car I can use, but I don't think I have like the brick or the block that I got to put into the wall. I know I can plug in on the airport and on the plane just using the USB, so that's fine. But unless I have an extra one in my backpack, which I don't remember if I do, I might actually need to buy one when I get to New Jersey, which kind of stinks. But otherwise, forward! 8 minutes to 5 in the morning. I got about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes till my plane leaves. My 2 big bags and my little hobo bindle. And my car is parked here in this parking deck, which is not where I thought I was parking, because I thought I was going to a different airport, and I got a little lost because there's construction, but we're doing okay.
Wait.
All right, and I'm through security. They didn't, it's funny, I didn't take off my shoes and stuff. You never know what you're gonna have to do. I'm looking for coffee, and I see a Pete's coffee right here, which is the worst coffee. Well, their tea is all right, but I'm gonna gamble that, I'm gonna gamble that there's something better further down. Well, it's kind of close, but I did find a Starbucks. Now it's just a matter of how long it takes to come out. It doesn't seem that busy, but you never know. About 10 minutes ago, they made an announcement that in 15 minutes, they start boarding my flight. The good news is it's assigned seating, so it's not like if I get there late, I'm in trouble. That might be me. But I hope I'm okay. But yeah, they didn't, both my bags were under the weight they needed to be, and they didn't flag my one for being too big. So far, so good. I got a little lost in the terminal as well, somehow. Because I follow the signs, it doesn't matter. The point is, twice I got lost, but I'm still doing okay on time. The only reason I'm a little bit worried about time is because I wanted coffee, and here I am. Well, I wanted good coffee. Well, I wanted mediocre. I wanted good airport coffee. Good for airport coffee. There we are. It's 6:45, and I'm so very tired. I should have been at my aunt's house an hour ago, and I won't be there for close to an hour. But I'm stopping at a rest area on the Parkway, the John Bon Jovi rest area, because I have to pee really bad, and I gotta get a caffeinated beverage to be safe. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Hi, bird. They're really going for it here. It's not just the name. Come to think of it, when I was at JFK, they had these weird hologram things of somebody playing guitar and singing. I think it was Bon Jovi there too. What's going on with Bon Jovi? Check it out, they got one of these cake vending machines. These are terrible. I haven't actually seen the actual vending machine, but we DoorDashed one once. I think it was a rainbow flavor, and it was just gross and dry. And I like sickening sweet processed stuff, so it's bad if I don't like it. And expensive too, garbage. There was a guy inside, older guy, that had like a maxi print of like 1,000 Trump faces all over every inch of it, and he had a hat that said something like, "Jesus is my savior, Trump is my president," or something to this effect. And I was like, I wonder what's he doing here today? Oh, maybe that's his car. You think? Probably. That's a wild guess. he's probably having a good day at the John Button Joe. He was in a massage chair, so maybe he's gonna have some of that terrible cake. Hey, what are you doing?
I was just like,
What are you doing in the road?
Helen's compound and maybe
Okay.
just like this thing that like.
It's Thursday night. Ah, what a day. I'm at my great aunt's house, sleeping in the guest room. The last time I was here was about 2 years ago. My father died. I stayed over. This was much nicer. Had a lovely dinner of some Mexican food, and three of my cousins came over, 2 cousins, 1 cousin-in-law. My uncle couldn't make it, but I'm going to see him for lunch tomorrow, and then maybe my buddy Mike on the way up to Brooklyn to get stuff ready. That's the good. The bad is everything on the trip went smoothly. I enjoyed my plane ride. I got a lot of work done on a lunar wolf print that I wanted to have done for the show. May or may not get it done, but I'm still working on it. Then when I got there, I had a budget reservation rental car. And it took me an hour to get from the terminal. I went to JFK, which I'm not a fan of. I had to walk, 20 minutes to get to the baggage claim. Then I had to wait. One bag came out right away. The other one took a while. And then I had to walk to like a tram that took like 20 minutes, I think, to get to the rental place. Like I said, it was about an hour. Then I got there and it was a mob scene. People just lined up at the door, sitting on the floor. And I had gotten an email that said it was fast break. Something keeps making noise, and that's going to be a problem if it does that while I'm trying to sleep. And so I waited in the fast break line, which is like the shorter, like the easy pass line, or whatever you're going to call it. But they called someone else from one of the other lines. I'm like, okay. And then somebody asked if they could ask a question. And I'm like, sure, go ahead. They're still helping this other lady. And they ask a question and then end up helping them check out a car. And then the other lady was like not ready to be done. And they're like, you want me to step aside so you can help someone else? And the lady's like, no. And she started being nasty to the guy she was helping that stepped ahead of me. And like, it was a mob scene. And the lady who was running the booth was being just not nice to people and giving short, curt answers. And like, I don't know what her day was like, but she was making things worse. So then I get up there and she's like, you got a text? I'm like, no, I have an email with a confirmation. And she's like, this is for fast track only or whatever. I'm like, great. It says it on here. Go to the fast track window, take the tram. I did all the stuff. Here I am at the fast track window. And she's like, you're not fast track. I'm like, well, what does this email mean then? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, I booked through Delta, through budget. It was like a package thing. So I thought I got fast track with it. And she's like, nope. And then she started taking pictures of her screen to show me how it wasn't. It was just like lines of, I didn't know what she was showing me. I'm like, look, I don't think you're lying. I'm asking you. I understand it doesn't say that in there. Fine. But what does it say? Like, what is my email? Look at my email. And she wouldn't look at it. I'm like, it says fast track. She's like, that's Delta. We're not Delta. I don't care. I'm like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? And she's like, get back online. I'm like, I have a reservation. She's like, yeah, get on that line, which is a huge line that I'd already not been in for about a half hour. I'm like, I've been waiting. And she's like, so have they. I'm like, right, but nobody checked with me. I couldn't talk to you. You're helping other people ahead of me. I just stood here for a half hour in the wrong line. Now, and she's like, well, they've been waiting too. I'm like, great, but like, there's a bunch of people that got online after me. And she's like, okay, we'll get in, in front of them. I'm like, where? And she's like, in front of this guy. I'm like, okay, or behind this guy. I'm like, okay, so this is where I should go. And I still got to wait on the long line, but at least I don't have to, like, I didn't lose that time. She's like, yeah. And little did I know, but she was setting me up because I got in the line. I'm like, sorry, everybody, I was waiting and I'm explaining myself. And she told me to come here. And they're like, no, we were waiting longer than you. She doesn't know what she's talking about, blah, blah, blah. And it was like a scene out of a movie where the crowd's turning against me. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not trying to be a jerk. She said this is where I should be. And, at this point, the other person couldn't help me. And I was getting really frustrated because now I'd been at the airport for an hour and a half. And I was supposed to get the car and drive down to New Jersey to get dinner with my family. Luckily, I got here in enough time to still see them and have dinner and stuff. But like they kind of started eating and, some of them had to go after I was only here for, 45 minutes, an hour or whatever, which is fine. And thank you to them. But I could have had more time. My plane got in. I was in the airport like at 3:00, like in the airport. And I didn't get here till 7:30. It's 4.5 hours. Because it took an hour to just navigate and I wasn't lost. That's just how long it took to walk around thing. Then it took me an hour to an hour and a half to get a rental car. Because eventually I gave up on budget after, I don't know how long. I was able to cancel it. Then I thought I'd get an Uber or a Lyft. Lyft was going to be close to $400. I went to Enterprise and 2 others, and they literally had no cars, none. And then I went to another one, I'm forgetting the names of them, Budget or something, and that was closed. Or no, I went to Budget originally, something else, and it was closed. And there was one I'd never heard of that was open, and I'm forgetting what's called now, Fixer, something like that. And
it said they had cars out front, and there was only like 2 or 3 people in line, and I was like trying to ask the guy, I'm like, look, I'll wait online, but I just want to make sure you have cars. And he's like, yeah, I'll let you know. I'll look it up in a minute. And then he left, went on break, and then somebody else left, and it was like, what is happening? So I just waited, and luckily they did have one, and a different guy was able to help me, and I got the car. But they were all, first of all, it was a more expensive one, because I was going to get like just some Volkswagen something, and it was going to be like $50 a day, which was more than the other place. But I'm like, whatever, I just got to get a car and get down to dinner at this point. Because even if I wasn't going to dinner, I needed a car. I was stranded. And they didn't have it. I had to get like this BMW super expensive one. And they ended up upgrading me further and giving me all these free bells and whistles. But I don't care. I'm not a car person. I don't care about any of this. It's just money that's being wasted. But I had to get one, so I got it. Fine. But in all the time it took, the 1.5-ish drive, now I'm in rush hour traffic in Brooklyn. So it was a 2.5-hour drive. And that was just lovely, especially in this really fancy, expensive car that I don't know how to drive, that I'm super paranoid I'm going to crash. But I made it down here, and it's fine. So tomorrow, hopefully, will be a better day. I'm going to try to sleep in because I got no sleep last night. And then have a nice breakfast with my aunt and head up and see my uncle and maybe my buddy Mike. And then set up and see Roy and hopefully have a nice show. That's the plan. Ooh, just took a shower, had some cheesecake for breakfast. I'm getting ready to head out, and might notice a familiar face over here or over here. That's from the Horror 1 and 2. But down here, look at this. This is an old book my great aunt found. And this is sketches of mine, I think from high school or middle school. And they're really rough even for the time. You can see I was working on a t-shirt that I had done, some hand, and this is Offworlder. These are all characters from a comic called The Staff that I did in high school that I never finished. I did a couple pages, then I did a reboot, then I did more pages. Actually, well, I did a fanzine with Mike Dawson that had these characters in it, but I never did their Spawn. I never did a full issue of the whole thing. I had like most of a story, and then I remember changing course halfway through, even though I had only done like 16 pages, and it was very image inspired in all the worst ways. Not just, there's Darth Vader, not just the art style, but like my work ethic. I was like, all I gotta do is keep making up new characters, right? And that's what you do. That's your comic artist. Kudos to me for having female characters on the team, because as is common with teenage boys, I stunk at drawing in general, but I stunk at drawing a female character specifically. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, it's 12 o'clock. I'm at the Blue Swan Diner to meet my uncle. I actually was thinking as I was driving over here, because this is my hometown area, how much the topography has changed, because there are stores, like there used to be Toys R Us, there used to be a Blockbuster, things like that. But it's changed further because those buildings still remained and were recycled as something else. But now a lot of those buildings are different. So I'm like, I know this road. Oh wait, there's the White Castle. But is that that used to be next to a Blockbuster, but the Blockbuster building is not there. It's a totally different building. And where the Toys R Us used to be, it's something else. Like, so like soon enough, I won't even recognize like the vague landmarks. And the mall is getting half torn down and all this stuff. But you can almost see it in the background there. There's this train shop, like a hobby shop that sells like toy trains, that's been around since I was a kid. Now, the big hobby store I used to work at in Red Bank is closed down. Somehow that's still there. I don't even know what's in there. If I have time, I would like to poke my head in there, because I was only ever in there one time with my aunt. And because at the time, it was one of the only stores nearby that was renting VHS tapes. And so we went in there and I rented some VHS tapes of Transformers and G.I. Joe back when they were big honking boxes that had one 20-minute episode on it. So yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting what survives and what doesn't. It's weird. 12:50. I got a few minutes before I need to leave to meet Mike at the other place we're going. It's like a bar or something. I'm gonna walk over to this train shop. It might even be closed down, but I gotta go look. It's like a relic from the 80s, or probably before. I remember from the 80s. And it might not be here next time I'm in New Jersey. I might not be in this part of New Jersey again for years, if ever. Who knows, you know? So since I have a few minutes, I'm gonna go look. From a distance, it does kind of look closed down. Like there's grass in the parking lot, and yeah. Oh, it does have a website on it. That's interesting. All right, so it's definitely closed. But it's similar when I went to Hobby Masters, where I remember going downstairs to get the videos, or maybe upstairs. That's wild. So it's a good thing I came, because it won't be here. Oh, we moved. I wonder if they still exist in Tinton Falls now. Interesting. Huh. Train cellar. This is Seabright.